Everybody, we got gold finally hit our targets over here. If you haven't watched that video, make sure you go ahead and watch that video. I'm going to post it somewhere here on the top this side. I think that's going to be the right hand side for you. And you know, like, this was a whole thing about gold that we were waiting for. And whenever we look at markets and we notice obviously markets consolidate like this, we're clearly waiting for something. So you know, at this point we were waiting for the FOMC. Powell came in with a 25 BPS basis point cut for us here on the dollar, and you know that made price on gold continue to move up bullish, right? So what we're seeing over here, this is a Friday candlestick. We got Thursday had closed above that key resistance point that we were speaking about here by 42.40, and this was the range that price was meant to fill. And as you can see, we filled that range right to the T beautifully. Actually insane price action we got on Friday over here. Price shot up I think about 2%, or well, actually from wick to wick right here about 2.28%, but from the market open it shot up for about 1.77% during the London session, just as we're about ending off stream over here. That was around, let's see, we had 6 a.m. all right, so beautiful. We spoke about if you're going to take any counter trend moves, most likely they're going to be coming in as we're heading towards the New York session, the New York Open. As we said, around that 6 a.m. Eastern timing, you can start to look for potential counter trend plays, because typically what would happen is you would get the London, and we speak about this every time we stream. We get the pre-London move, the London extensions, typically what we like to see. Then it fizzles out into that 5 a.m. Eastern candlestick, and then anything like from 6 a.m. you can anticipate some kind of counter trend bias move. So that's what we started getting over here around 6, and then price gave a short sell-off. But remember, this is a short-term sell-off, because again, if we go back to our market structure video, remember, market structure is heading upwards right now, so the overall direction was still towards the bullish side. And what we get is now the New York session open. This is something we all spoke about. You usually get like a fake out during that New York time. You got to see where the fake out's going to be, and then New York session would typically continue to follow through for the rest of the day. So let's see if we got an example of that. Yeah, something similar like this. You're always kind of thinking like, where is the fake out going to be for that New York session to continue for the rest of the day? That's typically the way the market cycles work on a day-to-day basis. On gold spot, price actually had its last push, which was quite a lot, because it did meet a target here by a 43.53. Now we're not at the all-time highs, we just hit a target. So I think what we saw here was profit taking, but I think for December time we're expecting a lot more volume. But this is why it's important right here, and this is something that I also say about December is going to be a lot of volume, right? So we're seeing that confluence also in the market when we come to reading these news events. So Bruce Arrow here says, I would have thought this choppiness would be ended by now. I think he's talking about AI. We're in a really good seasonal period. Typically mid-December through the last trading days of the year is traditionally the Santa Claus rally period, and that's what we're getting, and that's what we anticipated. We're anticipating Santa Claus rally period here. And for gold, since we've had our previous video analysis here finally play out towards resistance, what we're expecting now is further upside. If we go onto our economic calendar here for tomorrow, we don't really have much news to look out for. On Tuesday we have claim count change, we have flash manufacturing, we got the ADP though. We got ADP next week. ADP, we have core retail sales, we got non-farm employment change, retail sales down over here too, flash manufacturing PMI. This is all on Tuesday. So next week we're gonna have some serious fireworks coming into the market, so that's gonna be something you really have to look out for. Right, let's see what else we got here. Wednesday we got the CPI for the pound, nothing too interesting. I think Tuesday is going to be the main event though. Thursday we got more fireworks. We have the official bank rate here, which they're actually looking to cut rates on the pound. So we're expecting a decrease here. So that's something to look out for if you're going to be trading the pound yen. Might see some pullbacks there on the pound yen as price has been moving up. Maybe it's a potential pricing in for these rate cuts. Let's see, we got Thursday unemployment claims on the dollar. We got core CPI. We just got a full week chock full of red folders to really be looking out for. But here's the thing, this is not something you're going to be worried about because most of this is coming during the New York session. So if you are trading the New York session, you want to be cautious and trade around those red folders. But other than that, what that's basically telling us is there's going to be a lot of volume in the market next week, and December is already pretty much looking quite decent over here. But in terms of further rate cuts on the dollar leading up into 2026, that's currently at no change at 75.6%. So don't expect too much until we get further insights off this jobs data, and we have the next FOMC meeting here, which is going to be in 45 days. But I think we have enough to sustain us for a good while over here. As you know, we just recently got one rate cut and price has been acting beautifully. So what I would be expecting coming into the new week, just keeping the analysis here simple, is for some kind of a continuation to the upside. As you can see on the 30-minute, we have a pretty decent range here, which is roughly around like 400 pips. But we got a 5-minute support over here by this wick, which is going to make the range from this area here about, you know, roughly 270 pips. So with the Asia session opened, I would be waiting or rather anticipating some kind of continuations, but possibly some pullbacks first. Get Sydney, Tokyo session open up, and hopefully by the time we're getting into pre-London, which is this time that I typically like to trade, we're going to be above 43.05 psychological mark, and that's going to give me a good idea of getting some potential runners. So keep an eye out for this zone over here on the 5-minute time frame. Let's see if that can remain clean up until pre-London time preferably, or we might just see some crazy bullish exuberance on gold and people will just be coming in quite early. So that can also happen. Then we would have to start looking at around 43.20 as a kind of zone to break, and then for price to continue making its way on up towards those daily resistances, right? Or that daily resistance. So we'll see what we get to play with tomorrow. Either it's going to be this range or this range, but I am going to be looking for further upside on gold, and you know, hopefully this is going to be a perfect environment for us to get some runners in. So if you're looking for runners in the market, wait for price to like give you that signal that it's starting to move up again. Remember, market structure, we spoke about this in the previous video. You can go on my channel and watch that. Wait for that market structure to build first, let you get your confidence in, or rather if you don't get the market structure and you're during a time of pre-London and you get some kind of consolidation breakout, TFX confluence here, that's going to be a beautiful range to really kickstart the day. Thursday was not right off the bat. Thursday during the pre-London session time, we had the daily candlestick was pretty much like a doji on Thursday, and then all of a sudden it started like pushing up over here, and you know, it pushed up from candlestick bodies about 1.23%, but the pre-London was still quiet, and then that volume started to kick in during that pre-London time shortly before the London session opened. So if we don't get the movement happening during the Asia session, then you know, most likely we're going to be able to catch something or the start of it during the pre-London time, and that's going to be your targets here. Just keep an eye out on the 5-minute ranges for price to continue moving upwards. So hopefully Monday we can get that continuation. If we don't get it on Monday, we might get it throughout the week because the stage is set. The stage is set here for potential runners, so I'm going to be looking at price to head towards ultimately 43.53 and then 4400. That's going to be the all-time highs. So I'll see you guys next week, and make sure to keep up with these videos because the trades are playing out. Just lock in and take care. Good luck.